Hello and welcome to today's activity. We are going to be using vr.vex.com to code a virtual robot. So to start, you're going to go to the website and you're going to go ahead and click Select Playground. When you do that, you can scroll down. We're going to start right now just on the grid map so that you can see what that looks like, and I can show you a couple of things. So number one, when you're looking at this playground right here, you will see your robot. Currently we're looking down from above, so like bird's eye view, that's what this button means. If you want to be behind your robot, following it as it's driving so you can see the field more clearly, you will use the behind view. And then if you want to be the robot, you're like sitting on top of the robot here, you will use this front facing view. I personally prefer the above view so that I can see what my robot is doing. You're going to start by doing a little bit of exploring about how far you can make the robot move with different blocks. So just like with our robots that you have built, it has a drivetrain and you can use this drivetrain to code it to move. So I'm going to go ahead and drive forward for 200 millimeters. And just like when we will download the code for your robot, you can go ahead and click start and it will make your robot run. So our robot has driven forward 200 millimeters. What I notice here is 200 millimeters is about 1 square. So that's going to help me when I'm doing other activities. Today we're going to actually be working inside of a different puzzle is really what it is. You're going to be doing a maze. So you're going to go ahead and click on the wall maze, and your job is to try to make your robot drive to these different locations. So you can try to drive your robot all the way to the end zone, but what you want to do is first you want it to try to touch the different numbers. So you'll drive your robot from where it is to number 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then finally to the end zone. As you're working, I suggest that you save your project. That way you don't lose any of it, because this is going to be something that I'm going to look at and grade at a later time. So when you're working, make sure that you are going to file and save as. You're going to make sure that you save it to your Google Drive so that these VR blocks save and you'll be able to pick up where you left off. So again, what you want to do right now is you want to start working on figuring out how to code your robot so that it can drive over and touch the number 1, then drive over and touch the number 2, drive to the number 3 and touch it, drive to the number 4 and touch it, and then finally end in the end zone. So it's going to take quite a bit of coding. You're going to really need to be thinking about how to make it turn in the direction that you want it to turn, how to make it move, and testing your code often. You want to make sure that you add a little bit of code and then you start it, and then you go ahead and hit the restart button so that it starts over again. So I'm going to just show you really quickly. I'm going to start by turning my robot to the right 90 degrees, and then I want it to move forward about a square, and then I want it to turn actually to the left for 90 degrees so that it's facing up again, and then I want it to drive forward what I think is about 1 square. I'm only going to put about 4 blocks of code before I test it and see what it does. So it's kind of running into the wall over here, which I don't love, so I'm going to go ahead and hit reset. And I'm going to make this a little bit farther. I'm going to say 250 millimeters. And I'm going to go ahead and run that. He stays in the middle better now. So I like that. And I'm going to go ahead and continue adding on to my code. I hope that today you have some fun. If you get this done, go ahead and the other option that you can do if you've coded so that it can touch each number, and then in the end zone, save that code as a project, save it as number code. And then if you finish, you can go in and start writing the code so that it can touch each of the different letters in order, A, B, C, D, and then in the end zone also. All right. I hope that you find this fun, but also challenging. Have fun today.